Okay. Today. We will be reacting to feds finding damaging evidence and Lord Durk's phone asking Lord Tim address. Oh my God. I don't know why criminals, when they come to me, I don't know. I like the mafia and how they move. The way y'all move in the streets, especially black African American, bro, y'all be moving like idiots. Like, y'all gotta stop watching these stupid movies that they put up about us and all this, cause like, I don't promote doing anything, but if you is, bro, why do y'all do stuff so stupidly? If I got anything I want to say, I'm not talking on no phone, all right? Any real, you feel me, head honcho, you're not talking on no phone, bro. We put the phones away and we wrapping it up. If we got the phones in the house, wrap them up, put them in the refrigerator, all right? Allegedly, you heard me. But let's get to the video. I give my comments about it, and let's let 1090J do what they do. Shout out 1090.
The feds are playing a dirty game in the Lil Durk case. They are alleging they found dirt in Durk's phone and that they got the phone because of a situation where Durk was the shooter. On mixtapes, new documents claim Lil Durk's seized phone contained messages asking for Lil Tim's address, a 2021 Quando Rondo show poster, and a 2023 social media post claiming Rondo was shot. According to court documents, the government responded to Lil Durk's motion to suppress the phone. So let's break down what that means right there. Lil Durk's lawyers are trying to suppress whatever the feds got out of the phone, saying that they got the phone illegally. They shouldn't have even had the right to go through the phone. But the government is saying, no, we had every right to go in it, and this is what we found. And they're saying that because Durk admitted to firing his gun, that alone gave police probable cause to think he'd committed reckless conduct under Georgia law. Personally, I don't know what the fuck that has to do with the phone, but the shooting they're talking about is the July.
If you don't know how the police move, bro, in my other video, check them out when I'm talking about laws. Bro, they are professional gang members, bro. They break their own law all the time. They make up the most BS. They just say, because he said something about shooting a gun, they check the damn phone about a murder for hire case. That don't even add up, but they say stuff like that all the time. Stop thinking that they are going to follow the laws they made. Think about if you made something, you're not going to follow the damn process that you telling other people to follow. You made it. You're going to be breaking it all the time. Like, bro, I'll be really thinking these people are public safety. Bro, they're professional gang members.
2021 home invasion at Durk's crib. It says Lil Durk got a rude awakening when some people busted into his home and exchanged gunfire with him and his girlfriend. This is according to law enforcement.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
the Georgia Bureau of Investigation stated the rapper and his girlfriend India Cox were the victims of a home invasion and aggravated assault a little after 5 a.m.
I forgot about that.
Law enforcement tells us several unidentified individuals.
Damn, can y'all imagine somebody trying to break your house 5 a.m. in the morning? Man, the streets ain't it. And I ain't gonna lie, this ain't got nothing to do with the streets. Got if you're not in the streets. Man, life is crazy. Very. Like, bro, 5 in the morning, you waking up, somebody, man. Oh my God, that's a movie. Like, damn.
Entered Durk's
I'll be
home
making
in the
movies out of it.
Chateau neighborhood of Brazelton, about an hour outside of Atlanta, and a shootout ensued. The GBI say Durk and India discharged their firearms, but they were not injured during the incident. It's unclear exactly how many people allegedly entered the home, but cops are asking for tips from the public in the case as part of the investigation. So both Durk and his girl went to dumping, as they should, right? But the feds are alleging this was the reason they were able to take his phone and go through it. And within that phone, the feds are saying they found screenshots of messages discussing Timothy Leaks, aka Lil Tim, the killer of King Von, being released on bond and requesting the address of his residence while under house arrest. Now that right there, right? If you've paid attention to some of the cases that I've covered, Queso specifically from Jacksonville, he got convicted, he's got a life sentence. They went on the Duval Clerk website. Duval is the county of Jacksonville. They went on the website and were able to look up their ops information.
Yeah.
And within his case file, they found his address. So this is the thing about Florida law. Anytime you get a ticket, anytime you catch a case, anytime you anything, your address gets posted to a public website in which anybody can look it up. So they looked up his address, went to his crib, stalked him all the way to a job interview, and when they came out, Queso chased him down with an ARP and knocked his fucking face off. That's why he's got a life sentence. And it's like, I don't know why no one's thought of like, hey, maybe we shouldn't post their address if we're gonna publicize they're on house arrest and they're not allowed to leave and they're not allowed to possess guns and they're not allowed to defend themselves. Maybe we shouldn't post their addresses, but whatever.
The game is rigged, bro. Ain't nothing that's a mistake.
The feds are alleging, Durk knew Lil Tim got released on bond and he was trying to get that addy. A screenshot of a 2021 concert poster would advertise a performance of Quando Rondo, and a screenshot of a social media post dated May 3rd, 2023 documented that Quando Rondo had been shot. So they're stating Durk was tracking any performances Quando was allegedly trying to book so that they could pop out to the show, and they're also saying that Durk had a screenshot of Quando being shot. And if y'all remember, Quando Rondo got shot at after his very first show since the killing of King Von. There was video of him pulling up with a ton of security, this and that, whatever. They ended up pulling up to either a gas station or a store. Shots went off. Somebody got hit in the hand. Quando wasn't hit. Quando didn't stay at the scene either. But this shit was going down. Music was coming out with lyrics talking about popping out at his shows, whatever. And the very first show Quando performed at, he got shot at right after. Now, jumping into the comments, 187 Chris would say, it seems like he was just concerned about their well-being. That's all I'm getting from this. Facts. Under that, it don't matter, laugh my ass off. The phone was taken when Durk was a victim. It was never supposed to be searched. I agree with that. I don't understand how he was engaging in reckless conduct. If people break into your house, what's reckless about shooting at them? Especially in a stand your ground state like Georgia.
Come on, I know y'all not that to believe that. Come on.
Someone said it's illegal to screenshot things now. Someone else said this dude is absolutely cooked. Now, quick shout out to Durk All Day on Twitter. He is posting all the paperwork in this case. I mean, literally everything, and he's got the new shit. So this is the government's opposition to Durk's motion to suppress fruits of unlawfully seized and searched telephone. This comes down to whatever the fruit of the poisonous tree, right? My lawyer tried to use this in my case. When I got arrested, I was on the phone and they were investigating me because they said we tried to break into a car, which never happened. And when they searched me, they found a gun. I was charged with breaking into the car, but the charges were dropped. And because of the charges being dropped and there never being an actual crime committed, therefore, under the fruit of the poisonous tree, I was supposed to never be searched and the gun should have never been found. And that gun is what linked me to the armed burglary of 15 other guns. So my public pretender came up with this great idea that we're gonna do this under fruit of the poisonous tree. Anyways, didn't happen. I got sentenced to prison. So let's continue. Following a shootout at Banks's home in July of 2021, where law enforcement seized multiple guns and 11 cartridge casings, 6 of which were found near a balcony where Durk admitted to firing his gun into the air, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, GBI, searched Durk's house in pursuit to a search warrant. During the search, investigators seized multiple guns and boxes of ammunition, spent shell casings, and Durk's cell phone to aid their investigation into the gunfight, among other items. While Durk's phone was seized pursuant to the initial warrant, the GBI did not search the phone until it obtained a subsequent warrant that authorized the seizure of data related to multiple crimes, including felon in possession of firearms. Based on the second warrant, the GBI created the forensic extraction of the device, which they maintained in their possession pursuant to the express terms of the Georgia phone warrant. After the grand jury returned additional charges against Durk in this case, including VICAR murder, the government obtained a copy of the forensic extraction. Within days, a federal magistrate judge in Los Angeles authorized a warrant to search the forensic extraction for evidence related to this case. Material evidence was found on the device, including text messages about locating TB, which is obviously Quando Rondo, Taekwon Bowman, and TB's associate TL, Timothy Leaks, aka Lil Tim. the individual who shot Davon Bennett, aka King Von. Now, Durk would attempt to suppress the evidence, raising numerous legal issues in an attempt to justify suppressing the incriminating evidence found on the device. However, the motion boils down to three narrow issues: whether state investigators lawfully seized the defendant's phone, whether the temporary detention of the defendant's phone until state investigators obtained a warrant, and whether these facts, Georgia investigators' good faith conduct seizing the phone while investigating a shootout and then obtaining a second warrant to search the phone, coupled with the attenuation between a wholly separate federal investigation years later, the drastic remedy of exclusion of the highly relevant evidence is warranted. I feel like I just said a whole bunch of legal shit, half of which I don't understand. But basically, what they're trying to say is, did the state have the legal right to go through that phone? Was it legally possessed? From the time that they initially grabbed it to when the search warrant was, secured, did they have the right to have it? And did the feds have the right to swoop in, 5 years later to get access to what the state recovered back then? Is that legal? Are they able to do that? Because that sounds kind of crazy. The feds take your phone for whatever the state takes your phone for whatever reason. Then 5 years later, the feds are like, yeah, we want that. Now it states, while all three issues should be resolved in the government's favor, the court can deny the motion based on any of the below. First, the Georgia home warrant authorized the seizure of defendant Durk's phone. All parties agree the Georgia house warrant authorized state law enforcement to lawfully enter and search his house. Based on the plain language of the warrant, it authorized the seizure of Durk's phone because the affidavit established probable cause that Durk, who claimed he fired a gun multiple times in the air in a residential neighborhood, was a suspected perpetrator of at least reckless conduct. That right there. Even though Durk, being a felon, wasn't charged with felon in possession of a firearm, he wasn't charged with reckless conduct, to my knowledge. Because of how this happened, they were able to secure a warrant and go into his phone. Unfortunately, that sounds like they were lawfully able to get it and obtain it. And once they do a cell phone extraction, for y'all that don't know, it doesn't matter if I take a picture right now and delete it, and it's permanently deleted, and then I delete it from the box of deleted shit too. If they do a cell phone extraction on my phone, they can still get that picture. Nothing's ever fully deleted. So once that information has been obtained and put on a USB drive, the feds, it sounds like the feds can come in at any point they want. Hey, y'all still got that USB drive? Yeah, let me get that. We're actually looking into shit that happened. We want to see his phone. Oh, we actually have shit on the phone? Okay, perfect. We're going to use this. To be honest, it sounds like the feds can actually do this. It's a dirty game, but it's a legal game. Second, the Georgia investigators learned additional information before the seizure of the defendant's phone that independently...
If you're doing this on a phone, why not break it, put it in pieces, burn it, put it in a fire? Like, why not get the phone out of it if you know you're doing business and you got a murder off the phone? Like, I don't know about how y'all think in these streets, bro, but y'all be doing the most dumbest stuff to me when it comes to just any activity of illegal or criminal. I'm not promoting it, but it's like, bro, it does not make sense, bro. Get everything out of it. Like, dude, I done been around so many street dudes, and they be the dumbest dudes ever. I don't care if they get money, they are the top of the top, they got a bunch of bodies. Bro, you will tell them, bro, this too hot. And they be like, man, that's some scary ass up with this and that. Man, shut your dumb ass. Shut up. You a goofy. This is what happens to goofies all the time. They get locked up because they don't backtrack and, you feel me, take away all the evidence. Now goofy shit happening. Y'all be looking up to goofies. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't care how gangster you is. If you not being smart when you doing this, you're a goofy, bro. Like, nothing makes sense that you're doing. You're just doing it because you're emotional. Anybody that, I do not respect street dudes, bro. I don't respect it. I used to be in it, and when I was in it never made sense. Like, last time I'm like, bro, I know I'm supposed to be doing this. But just because I was loyal, like, bro, now I look back and look at these dudes when they be doing, I be like, bro, every one of y'all that do these things and don't be thinking and be doing it out of emotion after you can see after the fact, like, they got a bunch of stuff that the police get backtracked. Y'all are freaking goofies, bro. Like, If you don't agree, let me know. But bro, I do not respect street dudes, bro. It's so stupid. And I used to be one. I'm telling you, if you in it, get out. It makes no sense.
Justified a temporary detention of the phone to preserve evidence while investigators sought and obtained a warrant to search the phone. Indeed, before investigators seized the phone, they learned that Durk was a twice convicted felon when he possessed and fired his weapon, and that the defendant was a suspected member of the Black Disciples gang. Given those facts and defendant's conduct set forth in the affidavit, investigators had a good faith basis to seize the phone to investigate the gunfight, including determining the identity of the shooters and motive. Investigators subsequently obtained a warrant to search the phone, which is based on ample probable cause. Now, the reason people like watching me is because not only am I good at doing research and finding paperwork and all of these things, but I've also lived through experiences in which I'm able to relate and break things down to y'all that might not have. So, back when I got investigated, I think it was in 2016 for an armed robbery and chasing somebody with a gun, they said I was communicating with the person through a phone, whatever, right? When I got booked, they took my phone, right? My phone was placed into evidence. Not only that, I got booked on, I believe, a Sunday, released on a Monday. Friday is when they came and they got a search warrant for my crib. They raided my crib, right? Now, obviously, because they took my first phone that Sunday, I got out that Monday, I went and bought a new phone. And that Friday, they took the new phone too. They took every piece of technology in that house. They even took my ex's laptop at the time that she used for school. They took everything because they wanted to find the piece of technology that I was allegedly communicating with the victim through. And they didn't end up actually figuring out any fucking thing, but that's the type of shit that they do when they're investigating a crime. They're gonna take everything, they're gonna do extractions on everything, they're gonna look through everything to try to find the piece of information they're looking for. Now, in the midst of them doing that, if they found pictures of me with a gun or the gun that they said I allegedly used, that would become part of their investigation. And then they're gonna be like, oh, boom, 1090 Jake is a convicted felon. We just found a picture of him with a gun. We're gonna hit him with this charge on top of the robbery we're investigating. That's just how they put this shit together. Now, finally, the facts before the court simply do not warrant the drastic and extreme remedy of suppression. Georgia investigators acted in good faith, obtaining multiple warrants to seize and search the defendant's phone to investigate a shootout that occurred in a residential neighborhood. Likewise, the federal prosecution team diligently obtained a federal search warrant days after receiving the digital extraction of defendant's phone from the GBI. Because the FBI was not involved in the seizure of the phone from the bank's residence, nor did it possess the extraction of the physical phone at any point prior to July 2026, suppression and exclusion is not justified here. Now, keep in mind, again, this document is written by the feds. This is the feds responding to Durk's lawyers to throw this out. So if it seems one-sided and biased, it's because it's written by the feds. They're trying to be like, yo, there's no reason to throw this out. Don't throw this out. We need this shit. Don't throw it out. Now, the rest of these documents, like, they would interview one of the special agents from the GBI who was a part of the investigation, and she would just state everything they learned, and they would just repeat the same shit. We heard about a shooting, we showed up, no one was there, we swept the home, we found weapons, we found evidence, we found shell casings, we found out it was Lil Durk in India, both admitted to shooting guns, whatever. A crime took place, Durk never got charged with any of the bullshit, but then again, it comes down to they were able to get his phone because they were trying to investigate him for shooting in his house in defense, and they found some shit. Now, the feds ain't trying to play with Durk. The feds are trying to bring in a gang expert that's gonna break down who Durk is, what Durk is a part of, get back. You know, I'm not gonna read all the paperwork because it sounds stupid as shit, but it's just like, oh, this is what get back means. And they were telling Durk to get back. And it's like, what really qualifies as a gang expert? At this point, I feel like I'm a gang expert. Trap Lil Ross is a gang expert. Fucking Adam 20.
They making up anybody can be anything in the police station, man. They playing police, man. That's all it is. They just put on suits, bro. And they nothing but regular people with egos that put on suits every day. All right, everybody playing life.
2. As many gang members as he's interviewed must be a gang expert, right? Like, it doesn't take Einstein to figure out what the fuck get back means.
Right.
But anyways, they're trying to get him on lyrics. They're trying to say lyrics are confessions. They're planning on using.
Yo, they be playing bullies, bro. Cause like, come on, bro.
All of this shit against him. Drew Finling, one of the best lawyers you can get, is fighting hard. The feds are fighting back. And we're just gonna have to see where this case goes, because trial is apparently getting closer and closer. Durk wants to go to trial, and this is gonna be, in my opinion, I think the biggest case in hip-hop to hit a courtroom, a federal courtroom, carrying the most severe punishment. You know, Diddy obviously is a hip-hop mogul, but Diddy isn't facing
Young Thug
forever for ordering a gang murder involving private jets and switches.
What about Lucci?
This is an entirely different type of fucking case. But hey, I'll keep y'all posted. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me.
I don't know if I agree with that. It's a lot of cases, man. But it's definitely up there. So it's definitely very arguable and debatable. This is like it's definitely one of them cases. But that is the video, man. Y'all drop in the comments what y'all think about it. I do not promote street activity. I used to be in it. I did my fair share of things in the streets, but I'm out of it. I will never go back. And I do not. And when I was in it, it never made sense to me. A lot of stuff I was doing, the dudes I was around. If you in the streets, get out of it. Only two things come with it: death or jail. Now, that is the video. Your guy Rino Cutty will be dropping content consistently and daily. And Rino Cutty is out. You feel?